What up, YouTube? Brokefarmer back with another video on this beautiful day, y'all. And somebody asked me one day why I have so many fruit trees. Fun fact, the majority of my fruit trees have a story. It's a real reason why I have my fruit trees. And I'm gonna tell y'all about it. Alright, these are my red mulberries. Growing up as a kid, man, when I say mulberries were everywhere. Mulberries grow wild where I live at in Georgia. And it's just something, it was just natural as a kid to always have mulberries. I mean, walking home from school, you always ate mulberries. We ate them red, we ate them ripe, we ate mulberries all goddamn day. So when I got big enough, and they didn't sell mulberries in the grocery store, or they didn't have mulberries all around, I said, I'm gonna get a mulberry tree. That's exactly what I did. But unlike other people, I have 4 mulberry trees. It just brings out something from my childhood, just a kid in me, you know what I mean? And it's pretty. That ain't pretty. Come on, y'all, be for real, that's pretty. Fig trees. You know, I got fig trees. The bottom line, they don't sell them at the grocery store. And when I started gardening, I said, I'm gonna be able to eat whatever I want, and I'm gonna grow it the way I want to grow it. So I have fig trees for the simple reason you can't get them in the grocery store. Yeah, you can get dried figs, but I get to pick any variety of fig I want. Berry figs, figs that taste like strawberries, all kind of cool stuff. These fig trees represent something most people would never taste. And this does not taste like a fig Newton. Fig Newton was the only fig I ever heard of my whole life, and come to find out, they ain't got nothing to do with these fig trees. Tastes not even close to it. So, if you can't get it at the grocery store and you a gardener, can't nobody stop you. You can grow whatever you want to grow, figs included. Persimmon trees. I didn't even know what a persimmon tree was until I watched the Loquat 73 video. Now look, I have my own persimmons now. I got one left. It's still hard. It's astringent. I gotta wait for it to soften up. If it's soft enough, it might not make it. The bugs might get me. But that's beside the point. I had never heard of a persimmon tree. Never tasted a persimmon tree. But it's got more to do with this my garden. I can do what I want to do. I guess you can call it rebel gardening or whatever you want to call it. But when it's something I've never heard of and just super fascinated with it, sometimes I buy it, taste or not. It's just something that I really wanted, because you really can't get persimmons nowhere. So I have a persimmon tree. No, I have 3 persimmon trees. This is my, I don't know. I think it's a Fuyu. I think I got 2 Fuyus now. Oh, that's one of Gyro, I think. Either way, I got 3 persimmon trees. Simply because I had never heard of it and it looked cool on somebody else's YouTube channel. That's the reason, y'all. I don't know how else to put it. Loquats. I got loquats because it's a citrusy type fruit, and I love citrus, all varieties of citrus. So once I found out they had loquats that I could plant in the ground that could survive my zone 8B in Georgia, I want a loquat. Not only did I want 1 loquat, I wanted 2 loquats. So this is a champagne loquat. I haven't mastered it yet. I got something going on with it. Probably need water. I don't know. Either way, I have 2 loquat trees. They are beautiful. Love citrus. It's a citrus type. I got it, y'all. It's that simple. Everything ain't a big childhood memory or something like that. Sometimes you just get what you want because you want what you like. You know what I mean? My Asian pear tree. Look here, man. I didn't even know what an Asian pear was before I started gardening. But once I found it, I had to have it. Of course, I had to have it. I mean, I can go to Kroger and get all kind of pears, but I've never seen an Asian pear at Kroger. And if y'all wonder why I reference Kroger all the time, it's a grocery store closest to my house. That's the one I go to. But fun fact, the fruit is delicious. Super delicious. I ate a couple of these this year. One of the best decisions I made. So what I did, I got all kind of pear tree. This is an Orient. That's probably what you get at the grocery store right there, or something similar. This is a Bartlett pear. And I doubled down and got a Moon Glow pear. You know why? It was $14. Simple reason. It ain't always, like I just said, a great store. Sometimes it's what I want for the price they got it. You know what I mean? All right, and my citrus trees. And this a little deeper than most of them. But as y'all know, I love citrus trees, but it's a real deep meaning behind this. Growing up on Christmas, my grandmother would have oranges and fruit and all kind of citrus around the house. Because where we lived at, you know, citrus, you know, ripened in the fall, and it was our Christmas snack. It was just normal. We got oranges and peppermint sticks, and we ate them together. And it was one of the greatest tasting things we ever had. So, to bring back some of those Christmases lost, I fell in love with citrus trees, y'all. I love them, and it brings back fond memories from Christmas time, always having fresh oranges. I don't mean oranges from the grocery store. These was oranges from an orange grove. And when we got them, they were just at the peak of ripeness, and they were super delicious. So when I got oranges and citrus from the grocery store, it didn't taste the same because I knew what fresh citrus tasted like. So I started growing my own. Now that's a long story to say. I love citrus with a beautiful story behind it. My citrus ripens mostly around the fall, my satsumas and stuff like that. It's so cool to bring that stuff on the inside, and I think about Christmas, y'all. That's crazy. That monster right there is a Santa Rosa plum tree with some of the biggest plums I've ever seen in my life. Long story short about this one, I had a neighbor next door named Broderick, and him and his family had a plum tree in their backyard, and we called them Botan plums just because they were so big. We used to jump the fence, and he had a dog in the back named Pear. We used to jump the fence, go get those plums, and hope the dog Bear don't bite us, y'all. We had one person standing the other side of the fence and keep the dog distracted while we jumped the fence and got the plums. So is this about them Botan plums? Of course it is. Of course it is. I want my grandchildren to come in the backyard one day and get their own Botan plums and not worry about getting bit by that goddamn dog Bear. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, y'all. That was too much. My bad. I'm sorry. But it is a cool childhood memory of having big plums. Now, I don't even know if Botan plum was a real variety or a name we just made up for, but now I got my own plum trees, so it really don't matter. I can have my own plums when I want. No fence jumping. That next one is pomegranates. Now, for all the fruit trees that I have, pomegranates got a special place because this is the only fruit tree my little girl asked me to plant. She loves pomegranate. So she just said, Daddy, can I have my own pomegranate tree? So to figure out the pomegranates I can grow in my zone that would be successful, I had to plant a couple of them, y'all. This is my red wonderful. I got a couple of these pomegranates. That makes 2 so far. That's my little Russian hearted pomegranate. And these down here are both Russian hearted pomegranates. Because to be honest, if my little girl wants some pomegranates in her own backyard, my little girl gonna have pomegranates in her own backyard. You know what I mean? And it's a superfood, and it's delicious. Can't go wrong, y'all. That's why I have pomegranates. Now this is kind of a different story. I have an apricot tree because growing up, we got the canned apricots all the time. And I was like, man, this tastes kind of good. So if canned apricots could taste that good to me, I was thinking, well, what can a fresh apricot from my garden taste like? So I got an apricot tree. I know nothing about apricot trees. I just know as a kid, I loved the way it tasted in a can. So now I got one. Very short story. And my famed peach trees, I say famed because they put out a lot of fruit. And my red globe. I live in Georgia. So if you're a gardener and you have fruit trees and you don't have a peach tree, I think you gotta pay a fine. I think it's $250 or something. So I got 2 peach trees. No fine. But the main reason I have so many fruit trees is I like them and I paid for them. That's the bottom line. Plus, one day I want to just walk through my backyard and pick all the fruit and vegetables I want without having to leave my house. You know what I mean?